Hi, welcome back to Campsol Questions. We're back in the studio today. This is episode 8. We started back in April last year. That was episode 1. It would be. And we started off talking about the notices, and the notices from the council to the residents of Campsol as to what's happening moving forward with budgets for Campsol and what's going to be happening. So today we're hoping to shed some more light onto the subject. And of course, I can't do it on my own. In the studio with me, we've got Paul and Julie. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hello there.
Good.
Great.
Nice to see you. So what's the news? What's happening?
Right, when we started off, the original reason for starting these videos was to explain what the notices were.
Right, and what are the notices?
The notices are part of a legal procedure that the town hall are having to go through to take responsibility for for Campsol, to finish it and to take ongoing responsibility for everything really. It's all covered in a report that was done for the council. They have done their part. They've agreed it through their governing board, and part of the legal procedure is they have to notify interested parties. So they've got to carry out their due diligence and make all efforts to try and make sure that everybody has got access to what's been written down and where we go from here.
Okay, so where are we, Julie? Where are we at the moment? It's been April, we're now in January, so
9 months.
9 months down the line.
Yeah.
How far have we got?
We haven't got very far, to be honest with you. The town hall were hoping to be finished by December, but it didn't happen. There's been sickness, etc. But no excuses, it just didn't happen.
So how are we moving forward now?
So, as from this Thursday, the 23rd? Yeah.
Yep.
On a Tuesday and Thursday between 10 and 1, there will be notices available either in the CompuServe office on the commercial centre on B,
Yeah.
or the cultural centre on B. So there's 6 streets that will be available from the CompuServe office.
Okay.
And
so
they are?
They are.
Right, okay. Sierra Torresilla, Viñana, Calle Arbaleos, Helecho, Lavanda, and Ciclamen.
Okay, so they're the 6 that are available from CompuServe. And by the way, if you didn't remember them, watch in at the end, because watch till the end, because what we'll do is we'll put a slide up and it'll put those 6 streets on it. Now, what about the other streets?
All the other streets on B will be available from the cultural centre.
Okay.
So anyone who hasn't had the notifications on Sector B or any outstanding ones on Sector A can go to the cultural centre on a Tuesday and Thursday between 10 and 2.
Right, so that's B sector then done. And how long is that available for?
Right, we're wanting to finish Sector B by the 13th of February.
Oh, okay, so about a month, just less than a
About
month.
yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then we'll move on to Sector C. So, and then Sector D. So hopefully by May, all the sectors will be completed, and then
So you're looking at roughly a month for C sector,
Yeah.
roughly a month for D sector.
Yeah.
Now then, at that point, everyone has had the notices given, yeah?
Yeah.
All the notifications have been not given out, but everyone has had an opportunity.
Made available.
It's been made available.
Yeah.
So the council have then achieved their
Fulfilled
due diligence in
yeah.
making those notices available to all the residents of Campsol. So what's the next stage then? Once that's done and finalised, what's the next stage
the
then?
next stage is to advertise it on the BORM, which is the Town Hall's bulletin board.
Okay.
So you can see it either on the Town Hall website or the government website.
That's the regional government.
That's the regional government. And the notice, is that just part of their process, so that they've got to be on this for a certain amount of time?
That's got to be on for a month.
Right,
And that's,
okay.
again, it's just part of the legal process.
Yeah.
They will have done by then, they'll have made the notice available, and then they've got to make sure the final part is done, which is that sort of signs it and seals it and said, right, we've done it.
So come sort of June time by then,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
It's been on all the notices have gone out to A, B, C, D. It's then had its month on the notice board.
Yeah.
And then what happens then?
then the town hall can legally take over responsibility for council.
Responsibility in what way?
As in spend the money, the bonds.
The Massa money.
Yes.
As we spoke about
Yeah.
before. Paul, what is this Massa money and how is it going to be spent?
Right, the money was money that the developer at the time, Massa, had to put down as a security in the bank in case they didn't finish it. The town hall spent 10 years chasing it through the courts, and eventually they got it a couple of years ago. But then they found that to be able to spend it to do what it's needed to do, they had to go through this procedure to take over responsibility, because at the time, Massa was still on paper and legally responsible. So it would mean that the town hall would end up spending money on a private enterprise. Which
So it's taken about 2 years for that process from 10 years after the matter. 2 years from then to where we are now, 2.5 years to where we are now.
The town hall have had to, they employed a legal company of architects to actually write down a blueprint. That's available on the town hall. You can read it. It's quite long and it's quite technical. So I don't know whether, if you don't sleep very well, you can look at that and say you to sleep. So that finishes that part of the process, and then the town hall can start planning and budgeting to do work on Cambusole to finish it.
So are there any plans in process? I know they can't spend any money yet, but are there any plans in process at the moment?
They've got plans in the pipeline to do the asphalting or finishing of Avenida Cavachos through.
Which one's that, Avenida Cavachos?
That's the dual carriageway, and it's from the bridge between B and C all the way to the end, which is basically Calle Babinas, I think it is, all the way to there. So
is that right to the end of D sector, is it?
Right to the very end of D sector,
Yeah, okay, so the plan is to do that.
Yeah.
Do we know any budgets for that? How much it's going to cost?
Yeah, the budget that they've got for that is 808,000.
Okay, how does that impact on the budget that they're going to be spending on Cambusole, so let's say annually?
Annually, the report says that they're going to be spending approximately 1.2 million, so the 3 million... A year, yeah. Okay. The 3 million will sort of take care of the first 3 years, near enough, and then there'll be other streams of revenue coming in by then. The building suspension that's been on Cambusole for 5 years or so, that's been lifted, so companies that own the plots of land that haven't been developed can now apply for planning permission, and part of that will be they will pay bonds.
Right, so I've seen some of the areas that have been fenced off, and I think it's Victoria is one of the companies. And they've got a couple of plots on Cambusole, and there's others as well, are there?
There's others on D sector, there's a couple on B, there's some on A.
So every time they build a house, they've got to pay a tax, is it?
It's a bond. It may be that the council will come to some arrangement and say, for us to give you permission to do this building work, you've got to improve or finish this bit of infrastructure. Or they may just say, well, you're going to leave a bond with us, and that will go towards the budget for paying to finish the urbanisation.
So this is pretty much what we've been building up to, what we've been waiting for, but now we've got an idea on timescales. Yeah. So Cambusole will be getting better by the end of this year, shall we say?
I would like to
roughly.
think so.
It'd be great to see, wouldn't it? Especially because a lot of people do mention the road, especially that dual carriageway. Yeah. And even though there's 2 lanes, everyone does the same lane, missing what they missed. But that's one of the big improvements straight away. I think that's brilliant.
And the lighting.
And the lighting, we did have an episode on lighting, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do we know anything about that?
That's within the first year's budget as well, isn't it?
That's going to be. I don't think they're going to finish it all in the first year, but they're going to start planning the lighting really, and it looks like they may have to go towards LED lighting rather than what they've got. So it will be replacing it completely rather than sticking new bulbs in. But there are other problems with the lighting that they've got to.
But it's cheaper to run as well, isn't it? So it's less off the budget in the long run. Okay, so it looks good news.
It looks like good news.
So from episode 1 to episode 8, if you want to see any of the other episodes, now we do cover other subjects on those episodes. We've talked about green waste and what else have we talked about? Parking, we've done all sorts of things. So if you do want to have a look at those, they are available on YouTube. So if you just search Campsol Questions on YouTube. Us three pop up on some videos, so you can watch those if you really want to. But you can probably see the progress that's been made from episode 1 all the way through to where we are now. Now, obviously, we will be doing another one in time, and depends on where we are in the actual progression. Because I'd like to do another one when we're just coming up to the end, when it goes on the notice board. Yeah, and then we can say for definite there's only 30 days then, or a month.
Yeah. Probably it could be an idea to do one when we go on to Sector C, so people know which streets will be in each place.
Good idea. And then we can notice the actual, we can put a note of the actual streets, when and where.
Yeah.
Okay, don't forget you can go into CompuServe to see the 6 streets, which will show you at the end of this programme on a list. All the other streets on B and A will be listed. Anything else will be from the social centre.
Social centre.
Tuesdays,
Tuesday,
Thursdays,
Thursday, 10
till
1.
Yeah. Really glad you're here for that, because I can't remember things like that anymore. So hope that helps. I think it gives us a bit of clarity as we're moving forward with this relationship and the new responsibility with the council. Thanks very much, guys, for coming in the studio. Thank you very much as well for tuning in again to Campsol Questions episode 8, and then we'll see you in just a few weeks, hopefully now, and keep you up to date with what's happening. Thanks for watching. See you later. Collection of notification documents by homeowners or their proxies can be from CompuServe office or Campsol Social Centre, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. A list of streets available from CompuServe is on the left, all of the streets on B and A sectors on the right from the Campsol Social Centre.